We're here at IMTS. I'm at the Air Turbine booth, but I'm actually standing here with Steve from Fanuc. You know, Steve, why are we standing here today?
Arthur, I have the incredible opportunity to be able to have our Robodrill in Air Turbine's booth. The partnership with Air Turbine and Fanuc started probably 2 decades ago.
Okay.
We brought the product in because we ran into a limit on our RPM capabilities. In a Robodrill, our maximum RPM right now is 24,000 RPM.
It's a very nice RPM.
But a lot of people are starting to make parts and components with much smaller tools. Yeah. We ran into a situation where we just didn't have enough RPM in the machine to be able to meet these customers' needs.
Yeah.
So when I found the partnership or developed the partnership with Air Turbine, what we were able to do is reach beyond where the Fanuc Robodrill can go. Its speed, its performance, its reliability were all really well known in the industry, but what was also well known is the ability to max out only at 24K. So partnering with Air Turbine allowed us to go beyond that up to even 80,000 RPM today.
I really love this. I actually didn't know you guys have been in partnership for over 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're talking about tool changes, it's an industry-leading tool change speed on this machine. The fact now that you can get up to 80K and you're using all the little micro tools, this machine now can become a dominating force in material removal rates for the machinists and the machine shops out there that are already using them. And so
the game changer, really the game changer became when I could tool change that spindle.
Okay.
So there was a couple other spindles that were out in the market, but they had cables or they had wires or they had air lines hooked up to them. And with a carousel style tool changer, we were unable to incorporate those and still utilize other tools. When I found out that Air Turbine could actually develop a tool where I could put it into our carousel, rotate it around, do all of the real fine precision machining that I needed to do, and then still go back into maximizing the spindle and utilizing heavier cuts and deeper cuts on other areas of the part, that's what made the difference.
And that makes sense to continue the partnership, to be here at their booth at IMTS. So, Steve, you're a great man, but I would actually like to bring in Mike now to talk a little bit more about the technical details on the Air Turbine side.
Thank you for the
Steve.
opportunity.
Thank you. So, Mike, I was just talking to Steve from Fanuc, and I mean, he knows a lot about the machines, but I'm curious about the tool he has in there. He was saying that you don't need to do any of the plumbing you used to have to do for your tools. Is that accurate?
Well, there is a caveat to that. The larger tools will consume more air, so we still have the bracket, which doesn't impede in your tool change. It actually helps your tool change. But we also have this new smaller tool, which will allow you to feed air through the center hole here, and will power up from 65 to 90,000 RPM.
Let me see that.
Of course.
So it goes right through the spindle?
Yes, sir.
I don't have to do a bunch of other complicated things. I can put this any spot on my carousel.
No blocks, no hoses, no wrenches. It just pops in like a regular tool.
So then the partnership with Fanuc means I get the an industry-leading tool change and an industry-leading tool. Now, it's not a speeder. I got corrected earlier. I was talking to someone. It's not a speeder because it's amplified by the air. There's a governor in there.
Correct. So it maintains its high speed under load and will not lose their RPM while cutting.
Okay, so we've got this tool. We can go through spindle. We've got the other tool still available for the larger diameter tools. What range does this get me then?
This will go from 65 to 90,000 RPM. You just let us know what speed you need.
Okay, perfect. What about size of tool?
The size of tool will be a 32nd and under. But again, these are for very fine cutting and micro drilling.
Perfect. Now, Steve, I've been in machining a while, and I know these tools have been around a long while. It's actually how I met my friend Tony Gunn. You might have heard of him before.
I know Tony.
So the one thing that I always hear about, though, is I've had people buy these, and they're like, oh, yeah, well, it doesn't work. Now, I know it's an application issue. I know they're probably doing it wrong. But how do we know how fast these tools are actually going?
Well, in the past, we've told them that it's guaranteed because of the governor, but now we have come up with a new digital tachometer that works with Bluetooth technology. So when the spindle is running, you'll be able to look at an app on your phone and monitor the speed to see if you're overloading it too much.
So I've got a phone app that I can just check, and I'm going to know. So if my programmer mucks something up, or maybe my tool's getting, I'm going to have a way to have feedback, a way to have data.
Absolutely.
So I can do something about it instead of like pulling out my hair and looking for ghosts.
Right. Instead of finding a broken tool, you can monitor it offline, and we'll also be able to rewire that signal back into the controller, and the controller will be able to adjust the feed rate accordingly.
So in a world where we're looking at automation, we're looking at smart manufacturing, we're looking at lights out operations.
Correct.
It sounds like the team at Air Turbine is putting a lot of consideration into the development to support all of those efforts.
Absolutely. We want you to have a successful run on your parts, and we want you to use our tools to do it.
So can I just take this home with me?
Oh, yeah, sure. No problem.
Oh, perfect.
No money.
Well, I don't have the money for a tool like that.
No
it's
problem.
a beautiful tool. So for anyone out there, if you want to learn more, where's the best way for them to get a hold of you?
You want to go to airturbinetools.com and go to the info section, and I'll be there to answer any questions that you have.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Mike. I appreciate your time. I love to see this demo. And for everyone out there, check out the other videos. We're doing quite a few with you today, and we will check you next time.